Okay guys, so the last video was a garage sale haul video. Had some older stuff in it. Well, I went back to that garage sale today. Today was the last day. I went back specifically for an antique screen door. You know, it was old. It had the carved decorations, you know, carved into the wood. And it had the little porcelain doorknob on it. You know, it had some age to it. The hinges were cast iron. It was really cool. And that's what I went back for. And naturally, when you go back for something, it's not there. But I got some really cool stuff. So I'll just get into it here. I'll get the two books out of the way here, and we'll go from there. Now, if you couldn't tell that these were maps, they wrote on the bag, United States, Northeastern, and Eastern States. I hope that's the right way, you can see it. These were $2. Everything was on sale since it was the last day of the sale. I could have got a Structo Semi, but I'm saving my money for, some of my money I'm saving for something, so I decided not to get it. It was a little, you know, expensive. But if you look at, you know, I'm not going to open this map up, but from what I can see without unfolding it all the way, it's in good shape. It's got a little bit of a tear in this section here, but other than that, I so far haven't seen any rips or tears. I combined everything. Now this is the Esso. So this would sit at like the gas station. You know, like there's an Esso. There's another Esso. You know, these would just kind of sit in a wooden shelf slot or on the counter or somewhere. You know, in the service station, in the gas station, and these were just there for you to, you know, get them, you know, like if you're on vacation or something. So it says Happy Motoring, which is one of Esso's ads or slogans. And then another slogan of theirs, which was pretty cool, is put a tiger in your tank. And there's the tiger with the Esso Extra pump there. So really cool. It's like approximate mileage is what this says. So there's that map. The marathon map, same way, they'd be at the gas station. The eastern United States, I think the mechanic at the service station flipped through after being done working on his car. You know, I mean, it's got some dirty fingerprints on it. So the marathon ones aren't in as good a shape, or at least they're not as clean. But they're still cool. I don't know how old the marathon ones are. The Esso one, you could tell has some age to it. So we'll slide those back in the bag. Last book here, then we'll get into some interesting stuff here. Got the Chevrolet and GMC Haynes repair manual here. Obviously, by the picture, it's for the Chevy trucks, 67 through 87, include 67 through 91 Suburban, Blazer, and Jimmy. Looks like about an 82 Chevy truck there. The reason I say that is the turn signals are in the bumper. Printed on recycled paper. So it's in really good shape. I flipped through it. You know, it's if it was used, it wasn't being used while they were working on stuff. It's, you know, it doesn't have fingerprints or anything all in it. There's this extra piece of paper that's in here. It's been printed off. It says the high energy ignition system presented by Delco Remy. you know, it's got a different information in it, you know. So that's pretty cool. So we'll set the book aside. I think that was like $1. Everything was kind of on sale a little bit. All right, we'll start with this. Now this is made by Ertl. These are banks and collectibles. I have a pretty good collection of these Ertl banks of this size going right now. They had I think it was a 35 Chevy truck there also as a box truck, you know, not a box truck, but a delivery van, and the real common Delco truck that you see is the blue one with the white box, which I have one. I just didn't think of getting it out. This one was not a traditional box truck. This was a van, like the Menards van back there, you know, except this was a lot older. Actually, I have a little bitty model of one here. I'll show you. It's one of these. It's just the size of that tanker. It's the size of that tanker, but it's one of these here, and so they're pretty cool. I have a whole bunch of those Chevys though. It was cool though. It was a Delco Remy anniversary truck, I think. I've seen that one before. It's not as common as the blue and white box truck, but I didn't get it because I had never seen the Flying J truck before. And I like that it said right on it as if it were a decal on the side, one of 3,500. So I thought, you know what? I'll just get the Flying J truck. I may kick myself later for not getting the other one, but I like the fuel truck, so that's what I got. Like I mentioned, these are made by Ertl. They are banks, of course, and this one has the key with it. You know, that opens up and coins go inside the tank here on the tanker. And you can see this is a pretty old school truck here. These tires would probably just be solid tires mounted on the steel rims. Yeah, they probably weren't pneumatic tires at this time. Now, I thought that this was, you know, maybe an international. It's not quite like an international, but, you know, something of that sort. It wasn't a Diamond T, wasn't a GMC, you know, I was kind of going through my head what it could be. The bottom of it here says it is a 1931 Hawkeye. Hawkeye, I was familiar with the name, but I'll be honest, you know, that's not something you hear every day. I'd kind of forgotten about that. And I probably wouldn't know one if I saw one. I knew it wasn't a Mac or a Diamond T or anything, you know, that I would traditionally think of. But I wasn't quite sure what it was. It's in really good shape, though. You know, the decals aren't peeling off. It's just kind of dusty. That's it. I like that it had the limited number stamped right on the side of it. Is that going to stay there, or is that going to go rolling off? I think it'll stay there. Alright, next thing we got, we're getting into our antiques here. First antique on the list here is this really cool iron. This is the Sun Chief Air-Flo iron. I don't have any idea when this is from. I just know that it's older. Winsted, Connecticut, USA. And this isn't a sticker, this is a tin emblem that's a separate piece, and it's just it's got metal tabs that's folded onto here. The handle here, oops, let's angle up here. The handle here is made out of wood. And it's got the one cool thing I noticed about it. It's got this little gauge here. And as this thing got hotter and hotter, that gauge would, lift up this way. Like it says low, medium, and high. Like if it was on 6, you definitely wouldn't want to touch the iron. It'd be really hot. You wouldn't really want to touch it if it was on. I believe something would have plugged in back here. I don't have that part. But it's kind of foggy, but it's not, rusty or anything. Base of it's pretty good as well. It's cleaning again. Sits up pretty good. I'm gonna set it down though so I don't mash anything. Let's see here. Our household related thing here. Got some old Kroger tins here and junket. Rosemary leaves from Kroger. Look how old that Kroger logo is. It's slightly different than the Kroger logo of today. It's still blue and it still has the funky K, that connects into the G, but it's a little different than the one now. Distributed by the Kroger Company, Cincinnati 1, Ohio. Here's the back of it. Tells you what to use them for. And it sounds like there's still some in here. I'm not going to open it up and find out though, because I could possibly make a mess. Paprika sounds like it has turned to one big hard thing. But again, it's just like the rosemary leaves. It just happens to, except it's got glue on the back of it. We can pop the glue off of there though. Well, that one piece we could. It's hard to do this without taking any paint off of these cans, but just some hot glue on there, it'll come off. But again, it tells you, what you could use it in. Like this says beef in barbecue sauce. Oh, that looks great. Looks like a giant turd in there. And then this, I don't believe is a Kroger thing. Now this has some glue on it too. See, this you can't pull the glue off of, or else it's gonna look like that. Now, I'm not familiar with junket. Rennet tablets for making rennet custards and ice cream. There's, oh my, look, they're still all in there. Little Miss Junket. Trademark of Hanson's Laboratory Incorporated. Huh. Interesting. Directions inside. I think someone tore this out for... Nope. Oh, you can still see the directions. Let me get a light. They're still in there. Can you see the folded up paper in the top corner there? See that folded up paper? That's probably the directions. So that's pretty cool. They're still in there too. Okay, then we got two more things here. The stuff just keeps getting cooler here. We have Donald Duck in a little boat. It says Donald Duck on the side here. He's made of some kind of hard rubber. And when he rocks back and forth, he plays music. He's got some sort of rattle in him. Donald Duck's probably my favorite Disney character. I really like Donald Duck, so that's why I got this. It's like $3, I think. It was $5, but for the sale it was $3, I think. You know, he rocking back and forth makes that sound side to side. It's a little bit different. Now, I didn't have to Google this to see how old it was. It says right on here, 1976, Gabriel Industries Incorporated, Elmwood Park, New Jersey. And it says Walt Disney Productions. Now, it's got these two little brass holes here. And looking inside, it looks like you can see the blue in the top of his hat. He's just kind of made out of rubber. And then he's got that rattly thing in him that kind of makes it rock back and forth. Can we do that? No, we can't see him. No, we still can't see him. Alright, the next thing is really cool. I've wanted one of these for a long time. And I finally have one here. This is the Bartender. His cup is loose, but there he is. So our little Bartender here, I'm told, doesn't work. I think he's been dropped or something. The reason I say that is his cup is a little loose, and but he's not in too bad a shape other than not working. As you can see, he still has most of his hair. His suit's not torn. He still has all his little buttons and everything. The base isn't rusty or anything. Now you see the TN down here, made in Japan. That is Nomura. That's Nomura's logo there. So I don't know if Nomura made the whole unit here, or if they just made the tin part of it. They probably made the whole unit here, because they did make other stuff. Now if you look back here, it's pretty detailed. It's even got little jars and stuff. Got little jars and that sort of thing here. Then it's got glasses, you know, down here. There's the switch to turn him on. We'll be careful here. Oh, no, but we're going to be reading it backwards here. Alright. Now, in case you don't know, I'll make number one make more sense here. When these things work, they puff smoke, and I think their cheeks glow, and then of course their arms, they're animated, animatronic things. So says, if the Bartender ceases to emit smoke, it means the batteries are weak. When fresh batteries have been inserted, smoke will once again appear. Make sure they're inserted correctly. Now, I was surprised when the lady said it didn't work, because if you look in the tin here, again, I need my flashlight, but it's really clean. You know, it's not rusty. Here, I'll get right on the connectors there. You know, I mean, it's not rusty in there. Just after a while, you know, things don't work. I trust the person, but you know I gotta try and see if this works. C's or D's. I get some of both. As I suspected, D's. I gotta get another one though, because for some reason I only have one in my tray. So I made sure both of these batteries were good. And they are. This one goes in there like that. And this one goes in there like that. the moment of truth here. Where's the switch back here? His cheeks. Nope, his cheeks aren't even lighting up. Okay. Darn. Okay, nope, he's not gonna work. I trust the lady, you know, that she said that he wouldn't work, but there's also that curious part of me that even though I trust her, I still want to see for myself whether or not they work. And this one doesn't work. But, you know, for $12, you can never find these bartenders for that cheap. And he still looks cute up on the shelf or something. You know, like I said, still really cool. Probably from the 50s. Now, Google battery operated tin bartender, you know, on like YouTube or something. And his cheeks will glow. I think his lips move. They, you know, like he's puffing smoke or something, and then smoke comes out of his ears. You know, it's just a little animatronic thing, and they're really cool. There was also one on Pawn Stars. You know, it was in the box and everything. So he's pretty cool, even if he doesn't work. I'll have to make a spot for him on the shelf. So he was probably the highlight of the video. Him and Donald Duck. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.